It's the Wingland Wacky weekend where I have my first wingtip touch above the clouds with Paul. A group of us fly an epic cross-country to Cromer for breakfast. Not all of us get there, and I destroy a prop and can't get back.
Okay, prop. Me and Paul are going to go for a flight above the clouds. Flying the Dudek Universal. I've flown this in ages. Hope it's alright.
So I arrive early on the Friday morning for the Wingland Wacky weekend. I get my tent set up and get everything sorted out, and then look up at the clouds, and Paul suggests that we go for a flight above the clouds, and thought why not. So we took off around 10 minutes to 10 and then had a really enjoyable flight above the clouds. Quite bumpy down below, obviously, because it's May, it's late May, and it's quite strong sun. But above the clouds, it's super smooth, really enjoyable flight. As it's still morning time, I bring a flask of coffee with me, so what better place to have a coffee but above the clouds? And then Paul comes in for a wingtip touch. I'm quite a risk-averse flyer and don't do acro or anything kind of dangerous down below, so never done a wingtip touch before, so I just keep straight and level, and then Paul comes in. So we play around in the clouds for a while and then drop down to Sutton Bridge, which is a swing bridge spanning the River Nene, and then head up towards the Wash. It is quite bumpy and turbulent down here, but still enjoying it. So get some altitude on the way back, come in high and come in for a landing, and then wait for all the others to arrive.
Yes!
I think you landed on your feet.
Got dumped right at the end. I got right on the power.
I was going to carry on across. So I was, doof.
Yeah.
That'll do. And the wing just sat there.
Yeah.
Stayed there. I was like, oh,
Hilarious.
okay. And then it started floating down. Good.
So in the afternoon the winds do get up a bit, so we kind of wait till about 8 o'clock for them to calm down. Here goes Jay. And then just go for a little bimble for about an hour in the sunset and head over to the Hull Beach Air Weapons Range, which is deactivated on this day, which was opened in 1926 as an air gunnery range and is facilities for RAF and NATO aircraft to practice dropping bombs and firing their weapons. Many types use it, including the Eurofighter Typhoon and the Lockheed Martin F-35B Lightning II. Has facilities for scoring aircraft strafing runs using acoustic sensor scoring systems. Sounds like a lot of fun, to be honest. I've always wondered about these shipwrecks, and apparently they are several retired merchant ships that have been beached on purpose on the sands of the Wash for use in the weapons range. So get some altitude, enjoy the sunset, fly along this potato field, and then come in for a landing.
They're nice up there.
It's nice. Strong. Smooth.
Is it?
Yeah. I think about 16, 17 into wind trimmed in.
Okay.
So on the Friday evening, 6 of us plan a trip to Cromer for breakfast. It's a 2.5 hour flight cross country to Cromer, so we decide to take off early, get up at 5:30 in the morning, have a coffee, take some coffee with me again, and then fly in a direct line straight to Cromer from Wingland. My helmet cam doesn't work to start with, so I was actually talking to camera here on my selfie stick, but didn't get any of that. So there's Paul, Lee, Gary, Shane, Josh and myself. Around about this point, Paul has an engine failure and lands just short of Sandringham. I actually fly directly above him but don't even notice, and I only look at my WhatsApp about 15 minutes later and realise that he's gone down. So anyway, we carry on and Paul gets rescued by someone from the field, and we carry on to Northreps. I don't actually know if anyone's following me at this point. I decided not to make a turn because I don't want to lose any time. The winds are quite strong, so I just keep flying straight to Northreps Aerodrome. It's lovely and smooth above the clouds, but the strong headwinds, I'm only doing about 16 miles an hour. So I decide to drop down to see if I can speed up, and I gain about 8 or 9 miles an hour. So I do that, but it is a lot bumpier.
Seems that the GoPro switched itself off or something. I don't know what happened. I swear I turned it on at the start. Just checked it to make sure it was on, and it wasn't. So, progress report. It is 8:20. Took off at 6:35. And ETA is 8:50, so half an hour to go. Paul has had an engine out and is waiting an hour and a half for someone to go and get him. If I have an engine out, it's going to be a long time before anyone can come and get me.
So with a strong headwind, the flight ends up taking about 2 hours and 25 minutes, and then we come in for a landing and hope that we can get some breakfast. So we have phoned ahead and we were told to land on the left side of the runway there, and someone should be around to cook breakfast for us. So fingers crossed for that.
We are down. Got dumped at the end. Oh, look at that float!
Unbelievable.
On that wing, I was above the clouds, nice and smooth, and I looked at my ground speed, it was like 18, so I thought I'd drop below again.
Yeah, that's what Josh said. He said there's no point staying up high.
Yeah. Well done, mate.
Yeah.
You made it. You got a lot less than me. Nice.
Some food, which is awesome. So I have a delicious full English breakfast, and then we get ready to fly back and get refueled.
How you feeling, mate? The trike pilot speaks.
Yeah. If it's constant, it's alright. If it's when it's switching around, but it looks fairly.
It's a little bit. There's a few gusts. Well, it's this thermals in it.
Yeah.
It's that brown field next to this green field. Is annoying.
As you can probably tell, we're all slightly nervous. It's the end of May, we had a cold evening and we've got very strong sun. It's 10:30 in the morning, so the thermals are going to be powerful and punchy. Nevertheless, Gary goes off for his very successful launch. Nice launch there, Gary. I have a nod to Lee and then I decide to go next, and it doesn't really work out. So let's just replay that on Lee's helmet cam. What do you think I did wrong here? I'll play it again at half speed.
Don't know. I think it hit my brake line.
No.
Prop. I really don't know what happened.
I don't know what happened. You look fine.
It came up, nice, turned, bang. Well, guess I'm going to go back and have another cup of tea. Pulled the wing up, turned, bang. I'm not really sure what I did wrong there. Go on, Josh. If he goes. It's not quite into wind. Yeah, I think that's what happened to mine. See that? Another prop, another 200 quid. Well, it's disappointing. Really wanted to fly along the coast, really wanted to see Cromer. Paramotors, why do we do this? Look at that lovely van. Thanks, mate. Where have you been? Cheers, Paul. What have we got to say for this numpty?
When am I picking you up next?
Yeah, well, it's only the first time, isn't it?
You haven't got home yet.
You sound so optimistic. This could be a bad decision. I really want to fly over Cromer for some reason because I've got friends that live there. God, I'm nervous. Why am I so nervous? Just reverse launches after chopping your prop up, I guess. Is that right? That's not right, is it? You see? Let's do that again. That is fine, that is good. Yeah, now we're good. Okay, we're ready now. It's funny how when you get a setback like that, your mind kind of plays tricks on you, and I just got really nervous getting set up again. I could feel the gusts blowing through, especially off this brown field here next to the green field. And with my nerves, I just clipped in completely wrong. So I just took a deep breath, unclipped, just make sure all my lines were straight, made sure, double checked my brakes, made sure everything was good, and then finally got launched. So I did get to see Cromer in the end. So having a beautiful flight along the coast and flying between 2,000 to 3,000 feet, where the air is actually quite smooth, even though it's kind of mid-afternoon. The sun is at its hottest and strongest, but because we're near the coast, there's not many thermals along here, so I'm having a fantastically enjoyable flight. So even though I'm flying back on my own, no flying buddies, I am thoroughly enjoying it. Really, really enjoying this flight along the Norfolk coast. So I'm going to follow the coast all the way round and around the Wash and then back to Wingland Airfield. This area of the coast is full of bird sanctuaries, so I stay quite high, mainly just for because it's a smoother flight, but also because of the birds nesting this time of year. Fly over Hunstanton, then down Heacham Beach, and along the Wash back to Wingland. On approach, I can see a group of people are moving out to greet me. You bastards! Thanks guys, very funny. Clap. Do you know what? That was a smooth flight, smoother than going out. Yeah. No. You're right, good to see you here. You too. That was a bit of a long trip. Set off at 6:30 this morning. Yeah.
See them up there.
Yeah, I need all three of them.
The old twat.
I know. I expected a lot worse, to be honest.
Here comes Chris from Little Grandsons. Little Grandsons. Nice. On his feet. Well done, Chris. So Chris and Rob fly up from Little Gransden Airfield to Wingland and then camp over and go back the next day. Ed borrows my wing because he forgot his and takes it up for a late evening bimble. I do have another flight on the Sunday morning, but to keep the video short, I'm just going to leave that out. But hope you enjoyed. Wingland Wacky Weekend was amazing fun. Great bunch of people there. Thanks again to Paul for driving 2 hours out to get me. I think he planned to have a nap that afternoon, but gave up his time to come and get me. So thanks again, mate. And if you did enjoy, don't forget to hit the like button and see you in the next one.